Hello guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm working on just a simple portrait. I thought it'd be nice to have kind of a relaxed video where I can just sit down and paint and chat with you about what's been going on. So grab a drink, settle in. Let's get into it, shall we? So lately I took a week off from everything. I really needed it. Social media, as much as I love sharing my work, can be so demanding, like I caught myself feeling this need to record everything, and somewhere along the way, I think I kind of forgot how to paint just for myself. Doesn't even make sense. I mean, I enjoy recording, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I just started to feel like a lot. So yeah, last week I put my camera down and just painted. Nothing polished, nothing, good, but messy, bad art, and honestly felt amazing. And I think I made like 7 or 8 small pieces. Most of them are terrible, of course, but I didn't care. I don't care. It was just so freeing. I literally forgot how to paint without having to record it. At the back of my mind, I kind of forgot that I could paint when I'm not recording. Like, I would usually record when the sun is out because I record in natural light. So at the evening, I would usually have like a more admin type of work, more sketching, stuff like that. And it has become a habit, and I literally forgot that I can paint like color in the nighttime too. It's weird, I know, but it's true. I also realize that when I'm recording, there's always this pressure, like I need to make sure whatever I'm working on at least needs to be decent, something I can post, something I can feel okay about sharing. And outside that, I don't really have much time to experiment. So I feel like taking this week to step back and just make up for myself, it was really refreshing. I feel a lot lighter, if that makes sense, and more excited to paint again, to record again. Anyway, after that week, I really wanted to ease back into things, something, familiar, something I know really well. So I decided to do a portrait, the portrait you're seeing on the screen right now. I've painted so many portraits over the years. They're just like, I don't know, comforting in a way, like what you draw when you don't know what else to do. Because I remember when I was younger, whenever I didn't know what to paint, I would just paint eyes. It was just something homecoming kind of thing. Maybe homecoming like feels like home to me. So nowadays I kind of come back to portraits, and for this one I actually switched up the paper I usually use. Normally I use Arches, whatever it's called. It's the best paper I've ever tried. Currently running a little bit low on it, and yeah, it's pricey. So I kind of dug out some Hopper's paper from Meeden. They actually sent it to me last year, and it was no, actually it was 2023, and I kind of forgotten about it. And yeah, switching paper is not something I usually do because it is very stressful for me. Honestly, when I get familiar with the paper, I know how it's going to react to my process and stuff. And when I'm switching it, it kind of becomes unpredictable, and it kind of throws me off my game. But I give this one a try, and I don't really hate it. It wasn't that bad. Actually, I've used these Meeden papers, the cold press version. That was really good. I have used it for many years, many times, but their hot press paper aren't up to the mark, I think, in my opinion. Of course, didn't love it like Archie's, but I didn't hate it either. It was decent, I'd say. While I was taking a break, I ended up drawing random things I found on Pinterest, just whatever caught my eye, you know. I also tried some realistic watercolor portraits, which was interesting. Okay, so it made me kind of nostalgic because when I first drawing with watercolors, that's what I painted most of the time. And back then it was so stressful. I don't know, but it was stressful to me. I would get so caught up in every teeny tiny details. It just wasn't fun. But this time, when I came back to it, like more realistic portrait things, I enjoyed a lot more and it was very relaxing as well. And yeah, one of the pieces also turned out quite good, I'd say. I also made a point to dig out my art supplies that I've accumulated over the years. As you guys know, I'm more of a watercolor kind of girl. So I decided to step out my comfort zone and try out other mediums. I have these acrylic paint markers from Kieran, so I decided to try those out. But turns out I'm really pretty bad at any other medium other than watercolor and gouache. One of the goals for 2024 I've made is to branch out more. Like, I really want to push myself to experiment with lots of different mediums. I also want to experiment with oil paints again. When I was in art school, I did few oil paintings, but I haven't really touched them ever since. I remember hating them quite a bit. Not because of the smell of turpentine, which I like, but it was the drying time, you know. The drying time was so long that all the dust particle in my house would get attached to it. It was absolute mess. I really, really hated it. Also, another reason I really didn't like oils, because oils are like kind of unfinishable kind of thing. Like with watercolor, you cannot really afford yourself to make many mistakes, but with oil paints, you can correct yourself over and over again. I really tend to get caught up in that. But I recently heard of water soluble oils. I would love to try those out. And I would love to try out acrylics. I really want to get better at it. I really also want to focus on YouTube. I am trying to actually make one video a week. I've been thinking about starting Twitch as well. Maybe doing some live on my Instagram and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to slow things down and enjoy the process and giving myself a little bit of freedom to make some messy art. I'm just not trying to burn myself at the beginning of the year, I guess. So yeah, I also recommend you taking a break when needed because it's amazing how much it can help. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really love chatting with you about what's been going on with me lately. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day ahead of you. With that, I will see you in my next one. Bye!